Hey everybody, it's Laurie Blomer here. It is Sunday, January 19th, 2025. I hope you are cozy wherever you are. It's chilly here in southeastern Pennsylvania here in the U.S. We have a snowstorm. Looking at snow outside the window here. But inside it's nice and warm, and I hope you're comfortable wherever you are. We're here for this week's card pull for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. Welcome back if you've been following along. If you're watching for the first time, I like to pull a card at the beginning of almost every week. Just for the purpose of spiritual reflection, spiritual inspiration. I call it a helpful lens through which to view our life's experiences over the course of the week for the purpose of growing, spiritual growth, and also for the purpose of becoming a better human being. I like to work with Oracle and Tarot cards as a place for getting that inspiration. And I called a card pull because I literally kind of pull a card randomly. This week I am back to working with, going old school here, working with the Rider-Waite Tarot. And again, just going to pull a card and see what it has to say for me. I will share what jumps out to me, what resonates with me intuitively. I encourage you're welcome to follow along and follow that same suggestion. And typically, though, when I send the email out to my distribution list, I expand on it because, as always, I pull the card. You're going to get my initial reaction here, but more is going to come to me as I'm sitting with the card. Likewise, in that email, you're also going to get a perspective from Heather Coletti, who is a philosopher, a life coach, and also an astrologer. So she's going to share an astrological perspective on the week, sort of what energies are at play and how you can work with them, particularly in the context of the inspiration of the card. So I've been shuffling as I've been talking. Just going to pull a card, split the deck in two, and whichever card my thumb lands on is the one that I'm going to go with. So here we go. Getting ready to split the deck. This one, and the card is the Six of Cups. Now, when the Six of Cups comes up, you'll notice there are children on it. We also, what looks like what appears to be an older children and a younger child. Cups is about emotion. It's about intuition. And again, we have children on this card. It's the one card in the deck that really features children front and center. So often it's said when this card comes up, it can represent children's issues. It can also represent our childhoods. So in other words, processing stuff from our childhood, for example. It can also mean sometimes having a nostalgic look to the past, or a resurgence of issues or people from the past. So suffice it to say, yeah, it might literally have to do with children and children's issues and the roles that they or children play in your life. But I think more often than not, it has to do with our own childhood, how it's influenced us. So here's what my take is going to be. You notice we have a person over here. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right there. It almost looks like he's walking away. I know, it's funny, as I pull cards for different reasons in different readings with different clients asking different questions, different things jump out to me. But even though we have children in the foreground, what I'm seeing is this guy is sort of walking away as if he's got either a staff, or it's hard to say what he has exactly. But to me, it sort of seems like a metaphor for a walking stick. I think it's a spear, actually. What jumps out to me is this person who, to me, represents the adult that's moving forward in life, and that sometimes we get pulled back into reflecting on issues of our childhood, either because they haunt us, they still bother us, they're unresolved, or it might be what were some of the foundational experiences you had as a child that really formed who you are now. And perhaps those same things are rearing their head at this time. So I'm going to take this from this perspective. Do with this what you will. Really, I want you to honor what jumps out to you intuitively about the card, how it speaks to you about what you know is happening for you this week. But I'm going to look at it as keeping a perspective on things as the adult who's moving forward. When something rears its head that might have an echo back to childhood, I'm going to pay attention to what that is. Is it a strength that I brought forward from my childhood experiences? Is it a trigger that's now out of context from something that I had in my childhood experiences? But to me, it's a call to be an adult and to look back on the foundations I have from my childhood and take forward the positive, work on the negative, but not be informed too heavily by the child within me. The child exists in all of us. But when I say the child within me, I don't mean child as in childlike and innocent. I mean child as in less mature, less experienced, less understanding of the bigger, more nuanced complex of things. So that's what I'm going to take away from this. Again, I encourage you to take away how this speaks to you. Could be about nostalgia, could be a fun look back, could be what you're learning now through your children about yourself, your own childhood, and revisiting life through your children's eyes. So again, there could be a lot of different possible alternatives, interpretations of this card. 6 in numerology is called the marriage, divorce, and family number. So it really has to do with our closest communities, i.e. family, and our relationship to them and the role that we want to play in those groups. So lots to unpack there. Have some fun with it. Whatever things come up, whether it's from our past or present or reflecting upon them, it's an opportunity for self-examination and very often an opportunity for healing and transcending them. So if you feel like you get triggered, look at it as an opportunity to say, okay, this is still unresolved within me. What can I do to begin to work on this, unpack this, and move past it? Just deal with it, right? It's an invitation. So look at it from that lens. So that's it. 6 of Cups. My name is Laurie Blomer. My website is laurieblomer.com. My email address is laurieblomerpsychic@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. Would love to work with you. I hope you have an inspired week. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next Sunday.